That motherfucker just had mirrors and a stage. Everything was carpet. Like, dog, what the fuck is this? Envy.
On that note, we'll get started with Welcome to episode 323 of Technical Foul, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. See, I was about to clap, but then I didn't know what to do with my hands real quick, and I didn't think that y'all wanted to hear that clap.
Pause.
So I put my hands back, make sure that,
Don't
get on
y'all,
y'all, wake up.
Gonna make it clap, but didn't know what to do with his hands. The ladies don't want to hear that. I am the Eric J.
Only known as
the Eric J. The point guard is not with us this week. She's not feeling well, so send her your best.
Better.
Get better.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman, the everyday gentleman,
24/7,
but better known as me. Still working on it.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah. So a little bit of housekeeping to get out the way. First and foremost, join us Tuesday, 6:30, well 7 p.m. I think now, on YouTube live or the next day, audio only version on your I haven't done this in a while. Your preferred podcast platform. It's too many P's.
A lot of P's. What?
Pushing P's. But wherever you listen to us or watch us, make sure that you rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps us. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Game that needs a name. What are we gonna do?
We gonna do retired NBA players. It should make it easy.
Let's get it.
So just anybody that ain't in the league anymore.
You would think that should be easy.
Tim, it was your idea, so you kick us off.
I don't know why.
Wait. Sorry, my bad. The game that needs a name.
Yes.
If you're new here, you don't know what that is. It is a rapid fire memory game where we compete against each other to name off a specific topic, elimination style, until one of us is left standing. The ways that you're eliminated is if you can't come up with a name within 5 seconds, or if you repeat a name that's already been said. So, Jim.
Sam Cassell.
Ray Allen.
Tim Thomas.
Glenn Robinson.
Ben Baker.
Irvin Johnson.
Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
The other Irvin Johnson.
Irvin Johnson.
Irvin No Magic.
Oh, shit. Shaq. Jesus Christ.
Kobe.
Charles Barkley.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Steve Nash.
Oscar Robertson.
D. Wade.
Sean Marion.
Kenny the Jet Smith.
Kendrick Perkins.
Amari Stoudemire.
Patrick Ewing.
Vince Carter.
Gary Payton.
Trace McGrady.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Steve Novak.
Steve Francis.
Mike Finley.
Mike. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yao Ming.
Dirk.
Sean Bradley.
Sean Marion.
I already said it.
Damn, you did?
Yeah, I did.
I thought I pulled that one out of nowhere too. Dang, I thought I had one fun.
I like that one. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was like, are we gonna miss one at some point?
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's all we got. So kick us off with the topic discussion.
Sir. Let the games begin.
I have the audio, so I'm sure. There it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, the referee got asthma.
It's the winter time, you gotta get the stamina back up.
NFL one thing of the week, Mr. Harris. What you got for us?
Let's talk about the MVP front runner, your boy, Brock Purdy.
Who boy?
Hey, everybody was ready to crown him, saying that he was a front runner for MVP. They was crowning him, saying he's elite. They were saying all these amazing things when San Francisco was killing all these teams. But last night, he was out there looking like Cheeks.
Yeah.
That man threw 4 interceptions. Yeah. He acted like he had no clue what was going on. Sam Donald came in the game.
Yeah.
He
throwing dots.
Threw a touchdown pass. Looking by far the best quarterback on that team.
That's
like,
wild.
come on, dude. That's craziness.
I think I made this joke earlier when he struggled, but Brock Purdy was looking more like Brock Turdy.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, no, it's. I didn't have him as my front runner, by the way. I've always had Run CMC. I think that, he probably going to end up with it. I think he's like...
After last night?
No, it's a wrap for that.
I mean, he still got 100 plus in the touchdown.
But recency bias. Like, people going to be like, oh, Lamar won and they head-to-head. So
That's true. And I think his MVP odds did jump, too, after that game. Which, honestly, they have the best record in the NFL. He's
so
the
it makes sense.
star of that team and the quarterback. So, like, plus.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of the questions I brought up is like seeing Lamar be the best player on the team, on the floor. I mean, on the court, on the field. Jesus Christ. Nigga, y'all know where the nigga was
You'll
at.
find where his foot was at.
Y'all know where he's at, goddamn.
He's the best motherfucker on that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. He was the best player out there. So does this like who right now, who are your top 3 for MVP right now at this moment?
You gotta ask him, man.
I would probably
is
say...
Mahomes still there?
Hell no.
No?
I ain't thought about Mahomes in that category in a minute.
People still had him in the top 3.
Really? Mm-hmm. No, I still had CMC.
Okay. Yeah.
I got Jalen Hurts still. And
wait, how you gonna be all incredulous at Patrick Mahomes, but then still have Jalen Hurts up there after he don't?
You gotta have Dak then.
I mean, because he still had one of the best records in the NFL leading the team. Until like they had a skid, but then they had one again, so they're still up there.
I mean, sure, but I mean, like that's the same logic that you can apply to Brock Purdy, that you can apply to Dak Prescott. Like, what's the difference?
Bet on black. Anyways,
okay. Jesus Christ.
What else?
Who would be number 3 though? Oh, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
I put Reek at number. Actually, I put Reek at number 2 over Hurts because Tyreek potentially, if he hadn't been hurt, but he still can have he's having a monster season, but he can still end up with like 2,000 yards, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Reek at number 2 and then Hurts.
Okay. See, I go Lamar, McCaffrey, and Tyreek.
Oh shit, hell. We just talked about Lamar. My bad, Mr. Jackson.
Tyreek.
Sorry, Mr.
I'm
Jackson.
tripping. You were right. Okay, where the hell the bell at? I had to get it for myself, but damn, I messed up on that one. That's my fault.
Wait, so running back, what's your 3?
All right. I got Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I got Lamar, I got Reek, and I got CMC.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish, because at the beginning of the season I picked Josh Allen to win MVP. I just like he's having a good season.
Yeah.
But they just can't get it.
They're on the run though.
Yeah. But still it just they're missing something. They literally have like a missing piece. And then Josh Allen is a gunslinger. So
what's going on with him and
Diggs?
Yeah.
Are they still not? I mean, shit. I don't think Diggs has
had 100.
No, he did like 47, 50 yard games and shit like that.
But he started the season with 5 in a row, right? Over 100 yards receiving.
He was neck and neck with Tyreek. Actually, I think he was ahead of Tyreek Hill
in
both categories the last time we checked it.
Mm-hmm.
Him and AJ Brown was. I mean, AJ Brown was up there with Reek.
Okay.
But still, it was like the whole thing with his brother happened. That conversation, and then all of a sudden now it slowly started going downhill. I have no idea, but I mean, shit, they started winning. You ain't gotta have 100 yards, and we still winning. They start throwing to everybody else.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Because again, I didn't have faith in the Bills making them playoffs, but then shit, everybody else started falling apart.
Basically.
So tell me what you got for this week, NFL.
So speaking of, I guess the MVP favorite now, I got the AFC powers, right? So the AFC, I call them the superpowers, and the Brothers of Destruction, and I call the NFC the superpowers.
Okay.
The Brothers of Destructions handled the superpowers this past week.
Exactly.
So with the Ravens beating the 49ers and the Dolphins beating the Cowboys, they took care of the top two of the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
We felt, well, a lot of people was like, okay, well, the top of the AFC, they bangers, the 49ers is an issue, Dallas is an issue, and Philly's an issue. Who's going to be that among them? And then, of course, you got them fighting out the AFC. But with them, like the top four teams playing against each other this past week, in essence, and the AFC, like the Dallas game is closer than the 49er game. But
I actually watched that game. That was a good game.
it was a good game. It's still like, damn, is this the year for the AFC?
I feel like the AFC probably will be the most competitive, maybe.
Yeah, I would
For
say
sure.
like top to bottom, like I think that they're deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had like the most well balanced team.
yeah, they're way more competitive than any other league or division.
I mean, just off the simple fact that they don't have the NFC South. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's more so like, all right, if you think about, I'm thinking about like the Cowboys. Okay,
Mhm.
defense amazing, offense can be, but they have some inconsistencies on that side of the ball. People don't want to blame a certain quarterback, but hey. And then you have their special teams is cool.
Mhm.
49ers, you felt like top to bottom, they had the offense, the defense, and the special teams, but for some reason, the past couple of weeks, to Joe's point, Darnold wasn't, but Brock Purdy was seeing goals. 4 picks is unbelievable. So they're kind of riding on him, so to speak, because you have dynamic playmakers across the board.
I mean, I is this reactionary to just 1 week? No. Because like I feel like going into this week, like everybody's like, man, 49ers are rolling. They got it, nobody can touch them. They got talent across the board, offense, defense. All they need Purdy to do is
Not
what
blow
he
the
been
game.
doing. Right.
Mhm.
Like
He was
he
putting
had
numbers.
he had a terrible game, and now everybody jumped off the bandwagon, or at least like from your conversation, from what you were saying, he was like people are jumping off the bandwagon. So it's like, is that really just an overreaction to 1 week in December? Does that really correlate to the Super Bowl down the line?
No, it's more so you guys have been handling business against teams that we know you are greater than.
Mhm.
Now you're paired up against somebody who we feel like you're on par with now.
Okay.
And the results that we've seen makes this, okay, Dallas can compete with these guys.
Mhm.
But now can San Francisco, with literally the best team over there in the AFC.
Mhm.
If it was a game kind of like Miami and Dallas, it'd be different. But because of the way they got curb stomped, it's more so like, okay, y'all can run through everybody else, but now you actually met somebody who can go blow to blow with you, and this is the result. You can kind of work, and it could be in the moment thing, sure.
Well, I mean, like, I guess for me, it's every time that people have kind of doubted San Francisco, it's because Brock Purdy's had a bad game, and I'm obviously like they need him to be decent. Like he can't be terrible.
Yeah.
Which obviously can happen in the playoffs. So I'm not saying that that's not something to be concerned about, but at the same time, it's like when they're on and they're right, they look like world beaters. So it could just be a poorly timed bad game on his part.
That's
Where
because if the Ravens do it to him again, and be like,
And I mean, like what you're describing is kind of like what the knock on Miami was literally up until this week. Was that they beat all the cupcakes and they can't beat a team with the over 500 record.
Yeah.
So,
and thankfully they got Reek back this week.
Yeah. Well, I think my main thing with Purdy is that like people use the word elite like too loosely, and like you can say that he's playing well, like he's a good quarterback, but when you start throwing the elite word like with a quarterback like that, he has to prove and show that he's elite. Like if you really think about it, you can win an MVP and not be an elite quarterback. You can just have an amazing season.
Matthew Ryan.
Yeah, Matthew, a perfect prime example. So it's like you don't have to be elite. Rich Gannon, he was one. He wasn't amazing, but he was an okay quarterback. He had a great. See, I think he threw for like 5,000 yards that year. He got the MVP too. But yeah. So yeah, right. Using the word elite, we have to. I feel like we need to be more careful with that. Not just throw that on everybody. Let's say he's a good quarterback. Elite, not so much.
Well, I mean, he's number 2 in yards and touchdowns this year.
That still doesn't mean he's elite. He's having a good season.
I mean,
He's
number 2 in the
playing
league is elite.
I get what he's saying. Like it can be like you're an elite. He's in a perfect situation for himself.
Yeah,
and he has a coach that's putting him in the right positions.
With the
Like we
playmakers.
said, like he basically just has to not be terrible for that team to win.
yeah, exactly. Like
And
when you,
it's like get the ball to Christian McCaffrey and Debo Samuel. Like
yeah, who can't do that?
Well, so then would that be
Trey Lance.
So then would they? Damn. So then I guess the issue with them because they still have Kittle and Ayuk too. So it's like, do we discount our? I guess that's what everybody's doing. They're discounting his actual play because of who he has around him.
I think that you can be complimentary of Purdy without having to put the extra shit on it.
Yeah,
That's
right?
fair too.
exactly.
And
That's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying.
he's
Just saying
playing
he's good.
well.
He's playing well.
He's in a situation where his talents fits what they need from the quarterback position. Right?
Yes.
His accuracy and getting the ball out quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it seems like he's a good processor of the game. So like he does have some skills that are, I'm not gonna say elite, but like he does have skills that makes him a successful quarterback. Like I'm not saying it's just, throw any tomato can out there and he's going to MVP type stats.
Mhm.
But at the same time, yeah, Rich Gannon had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown.
Yeah.
Was their backfield like Charlie Garner and
I believe so. Yeah.
all them dudes? Yeah, so like they had
was stacked.
talent all around the
Super
field,
stacked.
which again, like that's not a knock on him. It's just
Not at
saying
all.
like, which I mean, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a knock.
Yeah.
It's kind of a knock. Like, no,
If
bro,
he
I
did,
got it.
what would he do if he didn't have those guys?
It's only
But yeah.
it's only a knock in the MVP conversation. It's not saying like he's not an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
He's no good. It's just
Mhm.
saying like, look at what Patrick Mahomes is throwing to, and look at what Brock Purdy is throwing to. It's like
Yeah.
Right.
Pat
I get
Mahomes,
that.
elite.
You can see the talent.
Aaron Rodgers,
the
elite.
degree of difficulty
Like,
is different.
Yeah.
It's like Patrick Mahomes is making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Damn near every down.
Exactly.
Whereas Purdy just has to be like, which one of these all pros do I want to get a ball to?
I'm gonna throw it over here. So I know somebody gonna catch
He
it.
gonna get wide open. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That's fair.
So my thing is Joseph Berry.
Yeah.
And honestly, this isn't all on him. But that brother gotta go. I've been saying it all season, all last season, I think.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even really his fault. He's been put in a bad position because he never should have got the job in the first place. Like, what about his resume, which includes being the defense coordinator on the 0-16 Lions, and then another stint like 5-6 years later with, I think, Washington, where his defense still wasn't good and he got fired very quickly. It's like, he's not a defense coordinator.
Mhm.
That's not his ministry. It's okay. Like, but because Matt LaFleur had a working relationship when they worked together in Washington, it's like, oh, give Joe another shot. Like, I think he can do blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, fam. He's not cut out for it. And this is the third week in a row that the Packers have given up a career day to mediocre to terrible quarterback.
I mean, they going crazy on this, bro.
Tommy DeVito has a career day on
They ain't
you.
did shit.
Ain't did a damn thing since. Got benched this week.
Yeah.
No touchdowns,
Baker
bro.
Mayfield had a literal perfect quarterback rating
Dog.
in Lambeau in December.
Baker
It's
was
a
looking,
career day.
Baker was looking elite.
He looked like the guy that got drafted number 1.
Right.
That guy was looking elite.
And then Bryce Young, again, looking like somebody that should have been drafted
Boy.
number 1, but has not literally up until this point.
Uh-huh.
I think he hadn't crossed 200 yards or thrown a touchdown going into this week. I think at least in a month and a half.
Oh, really?
They ain't had more
Wow.
than 20 points since like week 6.
Wow.
Yeah, and hadn't had more than 27 points this entire season.
Like, nah, what are we doing? And then y'all want us to we won. Well, damn. What are we doing?
Barely.
Why is it 3rd and 2 and y'all 18 yards off, bro? Why are we in the soft ass zone? Why?
He
We
doesn't.
got man
like,
corners. Y'all want to
he's-
use them?
He's not making it. He's not making things better,
Mhm.
and he's in some ways making things worse. But also, like, I don't want to give a pass to the players because as many first round draft picks are on the defense,
Mhm.
like they shouldn't be this bad regardless.
should
Like
not.
I could be coaching this defense, and they should be playing better than this.
This is
Like this is talent. This is
Mhm.
coaching. This is scheme. This is motivation. Like I don't know what the fuck Jair Alexander is out there doing. Like I get he's coming back off an injury, but like your legs worked. Like,
Your legs were.
it was a shoulder injury, and he was just out there. Like I saw at least like 2 or 3 just blown coverages from him.
Mhm.
You got Eric Stokes back. He's not doing anything. Like
He's getting cooked.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Oh,
yes,
just
you can,
motherfucker.
and I would imagine that if you don't really believe in the game plan, like that may
Mhm.
have something to do with like how you go out and execute.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But at the same time, it's like personal pride and skill. Like, shit
Like,
come
don't
into
let
it.
him catch the ball, bro. I don't want him to catch the ball. Well, your job is to be in the zone. You got the first 10 to 15.
Do the best that you can with what you're given, and both Joe Barry and the players have failed in that regard.
Mhm.
And like for all the people, like why ever they fired him, it's like it's 2 games left in the season.
Yeah.
It's like just ride it out. Like I'm sure he won't have a job come January unless they make some miraculous run.
Playoffs. We can
No.
still.
Super Bowl. Like them making the playoffs does not save that.
Oh,
man's
no.
job. But yeah, like also it's a failure of the front office. Like I don't. Again, like y'all have sunk so many resources into this defense, whether it's free agency or high draft picks.
Corners, defense tackles, linebackers.
Devontae Wyatt, like I haven't seen that man do anything aside from like make dumb penalties.
No,
Okay.
Wyatt is, he's had a.
He's a guy. He's not a first round pick. He's not a game changer. Van Ness
He's
got a
had some
dumbass running into the kicker or roughing the kicker penalty on a punt.
But he had some moments this year too. As a
He
rookie.
has like 3 sacks. That boy's been mid.
I mean, but he's coming in. He's like the 4th guy off the line.
Whose fault is that? He a first round draft pick.
I mean, we got some guys that got some money. We got Pickett. We got Smith.
Who's
we got
Pickett?
Wyatt. Kenny Pickett. Not Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark.
They don't play the same position. He a pass rusher. And that's
But they have
a
him
nose
inside
tackle.
and outside. So Clark is playing inside, but then the sacks that he's got come from the inside. He's stunned it outside to get him. Like it's weird, but he's playing. He's just part of one of the linemen that's kind of rotating in and out too. So as a rookie, they can get in the rookie minutes. I get it. Some rookies they just put him out there like that, but he has to go beyond the Wyatt, beyond the Clark, beyond the shit. I think it's him. But it depends on if they want to put Smith over there or not, or Smith is a linebacker. If you put him at outside or inside, so he's in essence he's like the 3rd or 4th
Again,
guy.
if you're a top of the first, if you're a first half of the first round draft pick,
Mhm.
like all that shit don't matter. you're supposed if you're a
supposed to be out
dude,
there.
right? Like if you're using that draft pick, it's to draft a starter, like an impact starter right away.
Yeah.
Like it's not the NBA where you develop some guy over like 5 years. Like no, you expect instant impact. What's the linebacker from Georgia?
Quay Walker.
Yes, talented as hell, but also makes dumbass penalties. Like again, like it's either they don't make smart plays or they just don't flash anything, and it's just like,
Mhm.
what are you doing in scouting that makes you think that these are the dudes, or what are you doing in coaching that doesn't maximize these dudes? Like it's a total system failure. Is basically what I'm getting.
So like who
Players, front office, coaching staff. Go ahead.
So you get rid of Barry.
I think it's the first start. First,
Yeah. So then like who's out there though?
I don't know. That ain't my job.
Like who? So y'all don't have anyone like lined up like, oh, if we get him, then they'll be the savior for our defense.
No, I would imagine like some former defensive coordinator that's a failed head coach is probably in line to come up. Or
okay.
Again, like if you're a good front office, like you identify who's the next
already
superstar defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Or take a defense coordinator that's on a team that has a defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Okay,
like, you a defensive
That makes
coordinator,
sense.
but you still underneath like the head coach because he's defensive focused.
Yeah. Okay.
And then poach him because then like LaFleur is the offensive guy, so
Yeah.
he like use that too, right?
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So basically, this is just a venting session on the Packers defense, but they did win. They are still mathematically alive in the playoff hunt. Like I feel like people don't understand the meaning of control your own destiny because they're like the Packers kind of control their own destiny. It's
No,
like,
they don't.
Because like if they win out, they can still miss the playoffs. Like it's some stuff has to happen, but
It was just what was it? Somebody? Just one team had to win. We had to beat Minnesota and beat Chicago, right? Was that last game?
basically like they have to win out, and then they need a little bit of help. But
Who was it?
I
I'm
think
looking
Seattle has to lose.
Okay.
And
Where
maybe Atlanta.
where did you guys have the Packers at the beginning of the season? Like where did you predict that they were gonna
I think
the
Wild
record-
Cards.
walk? Oh, all y'all said Walker.
Yeah,
Bill-
Jeff
oh, man.
Boone said Bill Belichick for decent.
He definitely ain't gonna do that.
Sorry, let's catch up on some comments. Jeff also said if Mahomes is in Green Bay, the Packers are undefeated. Yeah, with that defense, I don't know. Shell said I'm almost to the point where Matt LaFleur got to bounce too. I get what you're talking about. I get where you're coming from, but also like the progress, and we talked about this pretty much the entire season, where it's like all you're looking for from this team is progress. Like, are they better in December than they were in October?
Mm-hmm.
And the offense, that definitely applies. Like Jordan Love is a bona fide quarterback. He is. I'm not gonna say he's your franchise quarterback yet, but he's definitely a long-term starter and has the potential to be more than that. Like, I think that you're set at the quarterback position based on what Jordan Love has shown over the last month and a half, 2 months. The defense is where like you haven't seen the progression. So like I'm not gonna put that all on LaFleur because again, like he's kind of delegated that to Joe Barry, and there's a failure there. But as long as he makes the right decision at the end of the season, I don't see any reason why he would have to go. Personally.
No, that's true because the offense is actually starting to get their shit together. Whereas,
especially like given how many injuries they have over there now, like they went into last game down 2 of their top 3 receivers, and then by halftime we're down to 3. They're missing 3 of their top 4 receivers. So it's like, and they're still missing their number 1 tight end. Although like other rookies have kind of stepped up.
Tucker Kraft, I like Tucker Kraft too. That's why I'm glad. So when we drafted 2 tight ends, I'm like, who drafted 2 tight ends kind of high? But shit, if you go draft a tight end in the 2nd round and the 3rd round, that's it. If 2nd round go down, 3rd round right there.
Yeah,
you should be able to have a high talent still. So Tucker Kraft is showing that he.
So if that's the expectation for 2nd and 3rd round, that should be the expectation for the 1st round, right?
Well, I'm
just saying, like you expect the talent to be able to win out,
to be able
to
step in.
Yeah.
If number 2 goes down, I expect number 3 to step in. But to be fair on that line, we have 3 number 1s. Clark and Wyatt were number 1 picks too.
Again, like I feel like Van Ness is more of an outside guy, kind of hybrid linebacker a little bit. Like he can stand up and rush from there too. So it's like I don't look at him as the same position as Wyatt and Kenny Clark.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like he bounced around, but
so I don't see why.
Sides,
like if those 2 are on the field, why Van Ness can't be?
Because then you have Preston Smith and Gary, and Gary.
The only person that should be like, yeah, he's definitely above him is Rashawn Gary.
I don't know because Gus Smith got that money in the vet. Like he's been there, he's gonna be there. That's his spot.
But how often do like high draft picks come in and be like, oh, well, I made this dude expendable because
they usually trade that man or buy him out or something. They didn't do that. That's why they can't.
Because he ain't forced the issue. I guess that's my point, is that he didn't force their hand to make a move.
I got you.
Where like I think Valentine like kind of made it so it's like Brazil, we good. Like they'll be all right coming next year, right?
Right. And we got Stokes coming back with Alexander coming back. David holding
right. Where it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of bodies there, but it's like the young dude made it so like we can play him. It's fine. Although he got benched for Stokes and Jair coming back. So what do I know? Camille had put one thing in here just as the Lambeau Leap turned 30, which damn. But shout out to Leroy Butler.
Leroy.
Not Leroy. Leroy.
Leroy.
Nigga named Leroy. NBA. I'll kick things off. I missed last week because I was under the weather. But I did want to shout out, which I've done pretty much the entire season so far. But shout out to the in-season tournament, man. Like that is the gift that keeps on giving because 2 weeks ago we had Game Ball Gate.
Man, they was talking about that on the podcast. You see that? The Tarasi and Bird podcast?
No, I did not.
They was talking to Halliburton about it, and he was it was like, so how do we know where the game ball is? And he was like, I mean, that ain't my job, but you know, the teams know. Yeah, the person who has the ball should let everybody know what the game ball is, and that person should tell everybody. But they know what the game ball is. We know what the game ball is. That person knows, and they both started laughing. And he was like, "So, he was like, let me ask you a question then, because y'all legends and stuff. If y'all done played a game all game, do y'all know the difference between the game ball as soon as the game over?" They both start cracking up, stuff like, "Nah, we can't tell they can't tell the difference between the game ball." He was like, "So you can't tell even though you put up 50, you still can't tell what the game ball was. Somebody gave it to you like 5 minutes later. They was like, nah. I was like, oh, y'all like this? This what y'all doing? I'm like, oh, y'all dirty out here. Okay.
The thing is, I've heard like, let's say 10 to 15 different former players or current players, and I've heard 10 to 15 different like takes on this thing. So it's like there is no, I don't know. Like basically that's what I'm saying. Is I don't know. Like certain people were saying like I've never seen a player get a game ball for their first NBA point. I've seen some people be like, yeah, that's standard practice. Like everybody, you know, like every time that happens. And some people are saying like, you know what the game ball is because it has like a different texture and a different feel. And it's like it got sweated on, so
right.
Like, the tack is a little bit different. Like actually, that's why they remember when they tried to introduce a new ball and everybody was like, "This shit."
Yeah, I remember that
because
like, that feels
like,
weird, bro.
It's not the right type of sticky. Like it's rough. It cuts your fingers. Blah blah blah. So like, and even like the week before, like LeBron when they spilled like drink on the ball, LeBron was like, "No, we keeping the same ball."
Yeah,
like you know what the ball is that you play in. So like I think that's cap, but. I ain't never played NBA basketball, so I don't fucking know. But like the fact that this became a thing is because the Bucks had bad blood after getting knocked out of the in-season tournament.
Yeah,
and it's like if the in-season tournament didn't exist and they didn't play Indiana literally the week before, this would have just been a regular mid-December game, and there would be no juice, there would be no, you know, Giannis out for blood. Shoulder checking Halliburton in the first half. There wouldn't be Bobby going all crazy eye in the second half. No hard fouls. None of that shit. Like it was a playoff intensity game in the middle of December. And like, regardless of where you stand on like, is the in-season tournament necessary? Does it mean anything? Blah blah blah. Like all that rigmarole. Like, like that's good for basketball that you've made not only the in-season tournament games. You know, must-see TV, but then it then creates a rivalry pretty much out of nowhere.
And people will say, it ain't a rivalry, you gotta win. Like, but in season, like they need
that's a rivalry.
It's not a rivalry like fucking Lakers.
It's not a long blood.
It's rivalry wherein you care a little bit more about this game because you want to beat them.
I want them to lose. Like y'all talking shit. We need y'all to lose, bro. Like, yeah. I found it, by the way. That if I can play it real quick, these cats.
Yeah, I'm not. Did anybody? Sorry. Did anybody? Like, has anyone said where the game ball is? Like, do we know?
Oh, we know exactly where the game ball is. Everybody knows where the game ball is, but
trolling.
That's not on us to tell you that. The people who have the ball should tell you where the ball is, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not on me. Not on the organization to tell you where the ball is.
But so my actual question is, if you went and played a game with a ball, and then somebody handed you that ball after, you'd be able to be like, oh no, that's not the one.
No, that's no.
At least they're rolling.
Yeah. No, could you guys tell me that? You guys could. Come on, you guys have had a lot of high-scoring games. You could touch the ball.
Shaking their head.
5 minutes later, you're not going to know what was the ball. That's cap. I'm not doing that.
This shit make you want to make them lose. This is the shit that makes you make them want to. You on TV, you still talking shit.
Hey, man.
But and here's my thing. Like, I actually don't have a problem with Indiana being petty. Like, y'all know I love NBA petty. NBA petty is like my favorite thing. Like, yeah, you just got your ass bust. He punked you like pretty much the entire game, dropped 64 on you, ran the score up, dunked at the end of the game. Like, y'all kind of got the right to be petty. I'm not saying like I was on your side. I'm just saying like
it is what it is.
You know, it's logical. It makes sense to me. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I also don't have a problem with Giannis being like, no, run me my shit. Like, it became a whole thing where it's like, can we just have fun with it? It's funny. Like, laugh. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good entertainment.
Yeah, it's nobody died, nobody fought. Like it was nothing serious.
I mean, Halliburton got stabbed in the chest a couple times.
He was poking.
That's a strong finger, bro.
No, he was poking.
Stabbing the hell out of him. Like, dog, you gotta breathe. Hold on, relax.
Basically, everybody was lying after the game, but like again, like, and none of that would have happened without the in-season tournament. So like, I'm here for it. Like, I feel like the Knicks had a little bit more for the Bucks
Juice, yeah.
on Christmas because like they done got their ass bust 3 times prior to that
Already.
Like, that's an extra game that they wouldn't have otherwise played.
Bro, come on, dog.
And again, knocked them out of the NCAA tournament. So I feel like there was something with the Lakers too that I'm forgetting right now. But essentially, it's like the more that we can make these things matter in the regular, like it's 82 games. Like that's a long ass season. It's hard to keep your focus for the entire 82. And understand that, especially like when it's early season, you know this team sucks, and it's kind of like, you know, like or the city is bad, or you know it's snowing when you land. Like it's a bunch of seasonal. Seasonal depression? It's like that could probably apply to certain things like what make early season NBA basketball kind of like going through the motions. So if there's anything to kind of knock them out of that repetition of the season, like to keep them engaged, to keep things excited. And that's just talking about the players, but like for fans, it's like now Bucks fans and Pacers fans got beat. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a good thing. Like, not, you know, as long as it stays healthy competition beef and not like, you know, out of bounds stuff. But it's a good thing, and I appreciate it. I will say like the Lakers and the Pacers like immediately going into the tank afterwards is not great for future years. Like if teams look at it like we can go all out, but then we're gonna have, you know, 4-game loser streak fresh off of Vegas. It's like
that's wild.
LeBron and them like killing themselves.
Yeah, that was my thing, man. It's like, speaking of the tournament, the Lakers, we went so hard and put so much energy and so much focus on we want to win this thing. Like we want to be it's a trophy. We want it. We want to be the first one to do it. And LeBron was real adamant and getting getting the team together, getting Laker Nation, you know, to buy in on everything. And ever since we won it, we put our batter up. We've been losing. We won 2 out of the past 6 games or something like that, or we 2-6 in the past 3 games. Like, yeah, like it's just been. We just seem like out of sorts. Like now, it seems like our offense isn't. Honestly, it seems like now, like there's no urgency at all. Like everyone's just kind of just like out there doing their own thing or whatever. Let's get the Zach LaVine trade popping. Let's get D-Lo the fuck out of LA, fam. I am so sick of this nigga, dog. He a waste of space, fam. And y'all know I love him, but dog, he does not put forth effort. Like when him and LeBron is on the court, he disappears, fam. Like I understand it's LeBron, and I understand all of that, but he don't put forth effort, bro. I need him gone.
What's the difference from?
Well, let me.
Okay.
Sorry, I was gonna say. Let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Because like I haven't watched that many Lakers games, but I have watched the Indiana games.
Yeah.
And or some of them at least. And I wonder, is it those 2 teams made it to the finals? They got all the attention, but that also puts a bigger spotlight on them. So like now teams are scouting them a little bit harder.
I can see that.
Does that put a target on their backs where they're getting like everybody's best games now because they proved it early in the season
that they could do it? Yeah, I can see that.
You know, like they're a real team.
I can definitely see that. But then it's like we can't live or die on LeBron. Like that's something that we definitely need to get.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I know, but it's like that's something we gotta kind of shout out to AD. AD's been balling. Like he just put up 40 against the Celtics, even though we lost.
I think he got like the second most minutes in the NBA.
Yeah, that is terrifying. Like,
right, like that's
him
crazy,
putting on
bro.
that many miles like this early.
This early.
But then you're like knock on wood, whatever if this wood. Yeah. But like I really want him to like. How he is right now, if we can get this AD stay in April, like we'll be in great shape, fam. Great shape.
Ain't no more load management, bro.
Exactly. But he out here though. He like a dog. He in a post now. He ain't trying to just shoot. He doing everything, bro. He hustling. He rebounding. You know he don't like playing the 5.
Y'all still got like 40
but he's still out here
games,
banging, bro. I know, bro. We do. And if we can't rely on LeBron, we need LeBron to rest up a little bit because we need him towards the end.
He putting up.
He's playing way too many minutes, fam. He's playing 30 plus, bro. At the beginning of the season, what Coach Ham say? LeBron ain't gonna play no more than 25, fam. This man didn't play. He had a 40-minute game.
Because LeBron
a few
said,
times
no,
this
fuck
season.
Yeah,
Like that's
LeBron-
nuts, fam.
LeBron called the audible on that
Yeah,
one.
exactly. But still, it's like I guess we need other people to step up. We do. I think now we're at the perfect time to make a change. So whatever change that needs to happen, needs to happen now. So we got time for it to gel before the playoff push comes and everything. Come on, Zach LaVine, man, let's make it happen.
Before you go, I do want to just catch up on some of Jeff's comments. He said, in pro sports, there is no running up the score. If you don't want them to score, play defense. Amen.
Absolutely.
I don't know. The Lakers lost to Spurs. They did.
All right,
They
Jeff.
did.
All right, Jeff.
On the same night that the Pacers lost to Wizards, I think. Yeah, because it was like two trash teams. I'm like,
somebody got to win.
One, I mean that they lost. They each lost. And then he also said that the Pacers. I can see that the finals in season was the first nationally televised game for them.
Yeah, that was my first when they played. Watching them play the Lakers, that was my very first time watching. I'm watching. I'm like, Halliburton, this cold. I'm like, fam, out here balling, doing.
Yeah,
but
I
then
mean, like
of course
that's the thing. Like us coming off of beating the Celtics, beating the Bucks, it's like teams are looking at like,
hold on,
okay, we don't they're not gonna come in here and do that to us. Yeah. And I think that the Lakers kind of set up a blueprint for defending them.
What to do,
where it's like, crowd down Halliburton.
Shut it down
and make everybody else beat you. Basically, be physical with them. They don't like the physicality.
Not at all. They got bullied.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how we basically bullied them.
Let me get some of that.
They can't stop no big in the paint.
That's why AD was feasting.
What you got, Tim?
Well, in-season tournament as well. Mine is just more so you guys have the streak that y'all on right now, right? 2-7, y'all really haven't carried over the in-season tournament energy.
Mm-hmm.
They would say Indiana hasn't carried over the in-season tournament energy, but then what about the teams that were in it? Like the Bucks, for example, did carry over that energy and was like, all right, we took that L here. We ain't take no L's before that. We took this L here. We're gonna go ahead and stomp them out a couple more times when we see them, and we'll go on a run.
7 straight after.
Knicks was been doing pretty good, and it's more so like. Some of the teams that were in it did carry over that energy. What I don't care for is the people who said that the tournament don't matter. Or
I
didn't
hate
matter.
that. Like, don't
I don't
discredit
care. So one of them, Shaq was saying that's not a banner, bro. It's an accoladed flag. And if it was yellow and purple, he'd have been pissed off that it was in the banners because they only raised championships. Now technically it is a championship. That's the loophole. But it's white and black. I mean, it's white and gold. It's black and gold.
Black and gold.
So because it's black and gold, it's an accoladed flag.
So it's not a banner.
It's a banner, but it ain't, and it's a championship.
What a banner is, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Whatever make him feel good.
Not my worst text.
Whatever make him sleep at night.
But
Shaq doesn't talk.
I had a quick little fuck you mean. All right, so
fuck you mean.
The people who cried the in-season tournament didn't matter, but was into every game. Critique the coaching ability in high-pressure situations. Every game. Critique the players' chemistry. Every game. Question trade decisions. Every game. All while reminding folks that this is how it would be in the actual playoffs because we feel like this is the playoffs. They're under pressure. Every game.
Facts.
But now it's what did it matter? Some of their teams aren't carrying the same momentum from the tournament while others kept the same energy and went streaking. I believe it to have mattered because each win L still count on our records. I believe it mattered because of the experience the teams got from it. I believe it mattered because you watched your team and it mattered then. It should matter now. I'll have to put a bone out.
I don't know what he laughing at.
I was like, my man's was ready, fam. He came like, hold on.
Because I was watching. I'm like, and I'm seeing like even some of the broadcasters be saying things like, well, this season tournament, it was great for the players then, but now it's a different thing. It's a regular season. Some teams did carry it, some teams don't. Like fans of certain teams, I ain't calling no certain team out, but certain teams like, well, shit, it don't matter. We put all the energy into that.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you can't do shit else. Like, oh well, we won this, or it never mattered. Now we put all that energy into this early. What do we do it for? Now we fucking suck.
It's hate, man.
Like it mattered,
it's
bro.
All hate. That's what
it truly did.
If the Lakers didn't win it, or it's the LeBron effect. People love to hate everything LeBron does, or people love to hate the Lakers because of, people hate winners.
It was
Not
conspiracy.
saying, like
it was set up for y'all.
exactly everything with the NBA. Honest, and this is real talk. This is not because I'm a Laker fan. NBA is better when the Lakers are good, and that's just a proven fact.
I mean, y'all been good for pretty much the entire.
That's what I'm saying. It's like what, like,
there's really no,
like those years that the Lakers was trash, fam. That I'm watching us get blew out every night. Wasn't fun.
No, the years that the Lakers were trash were the years that the Cavs and the Warriors were being in the finals. I think the league was all right.
Oh,
I think it was okay. I think we survived, bro.
Yeah, we
it was bad for you. It was good for us.
Right,
Our
the world revolves around me.
No, our
attitude.
number one was Jordan Clarkson, bro. He was our best player. Clarkson.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it mattered, dog. Like
it does matter.
Every
You
decision
can't
that they
discredit
made,
it.
like
It don't matter who won it. It's again when you're a competitor, everybody's professionals and everyone loves to compete. Like we said at the beginning, if it's a trophy, like I want it. Like I don't care what it is, we go do whatever it takes to win this trophy.
ain't no trophy in the middle of the season right now.
Yeah,
And
just give it to me.
A conversation I had at dinner last night, like for Christmas, like they were talking about like how you feel about the in-season tournament, and like people were like, oh man, I wish that like it came with an automatic playoff berth, or it gave you draft picks, or did this or did that. It's like just let it be its own thing.
Yeah.
It's an in-season tournament championship. Like
Mhm.
that's the point of winning it. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to have this greater meaning. It doesn't have to have this extra incentive. Like
Yeah.
to Jeff's point, like the players on the bench got paid a whole lot of money, and
Yeah.
we're very happy about it. Like it's a banner. It matters.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's something. Like you should celebrate an accomplishment. Like I think that we look,
people love
especially
it.
in NBA, like it's too often that they look at it through the lens of championship or it ain't shit. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
like
real talk.
I think Kevin O'Connor from The Ringer got not in trouble, but like he kind of sparked a conversation within NBA Twitter where it's like he was attacking the Kings because it's like the Kings are too small. They got punked out. They do this. They don't have enough rebounding. They'll never win a championship. And it's like, I'm pretty sure Kings fans are very happy with their team because they've had a trash product to watch for the last decade and a half.
Absolutely.
Now we got
And it's like now they have a fun team that scores a lot, that wins a lot, like the beam. Like it doesn't
Their
matter
fans
if the
locked
ceiling is a second round playoff exit or a championship. It's like right for now. Like let them have a moment.
Yeah.
Or like people talking about Jalen Brunson can't be the 1A on the title team. It's like
why not?
He probably can't be. Like if you look at the history of the NBA, but that's not to say that Jalen Brunson is trash and the Lakers
never
ain't
that.
doing
True.
shit. Well, you know what I mean?
No.
Like it's like
That's a step.
again, the Knicks have been terrible this
Forever.
century.
Like the best thing that happened to him was Trae Young recently when the
said the
Knicks in the
best thing?
Atlanta playoffs. So Trae Young was there. Fuck Trae Young.
I ain't gonna
I
say
feel like that
the
was the best thing that
bro.
happened for the Knicks franchise in recent memory because of that playoff push.
Jalen Brunson signing with the team.
Yeah, that probably was.
Before him, that's what I'm saying. Like before him, it was that.
Well, don't forget Melo was there, B.
Anyway, like, but my point is, like, the Knicks have a good team that can go toe to toe with the Bucks. That can go toe to toe with Boston or whoever. It's like now that first game on Christmas actually matters, whereas years past it was just like, oh, that's a dub. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, I can't open up some presents because like I don't really care about this game.
Like, we about to get smoked.
Right. It's like now they have a good team. The Garden is rocking. Like,
but we've been there. We
it's
feel
good
that.
for that fan base. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't always have to be like, what does this mean for title rings? All this, like, it's like
Everybody ain't there right away.
I watch basketball to be entertained by basketball games. Like, I don't want to look at it like, what does this mean for a hypothetical playoff matchup 6 months from now? It's like, can I just watch a basketball game where like Giannis goes for 64 and like appreciate that?
Yeah,
facts.
No, because it ain't correlating to he's gonna win the MVP and that's gonna correlate to rings.
But people always hate, and you
but
can't.
He did it against the Pacers, so it don't really matter because their defense is trash. It's like
what?
How many times have people scored 64 points in an NBA game? It's been
64 points is 64 points. Like, what are you talking about? It don't matter who it's against. You're not playing scrubs. They still in the NBA. They're some of the best players in the world. Like, where you make it seem like he did it against some high schoolers or something. Like, people love to hate. Like, and that's basically what it is. Like, no matter how great something is, no matter how good it is, like someone will find a reason to nitpick or find a reason to tear it apart and say this is what's wrong with it. Like it's just people love to hate. Misery loves company too. So when you see other people hating, all of a sudden people jump on it. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought. No, you just grabbing on to something because that's what you saw.
And what really like opened my eyes to it is the Bucks championship in 21. It's
Mhm.
like the high of winning that title. It's like finally we did it. We broke through. They had like 48 hours. Like basically, like, as soon as that parade was over, it's like, okay, what's up with free agency? What's up with the draft?
Nah.
What here? What's James Harden gonna do? Like it's like, bro, can we enjoy this?
The
Can we
Lakers is
celebrate?
number one favorite for next year's title. Like,
Oh,
damn, bro, we
Lakers
just
got
got
the next
the damn
ASAP.
thing.
Like it's
That's how
always
it
on
is,
to the
though.
next thing. Like people
Yeah.
can't live in the moment. Live in the moment and appreciate it. It's always looking forward to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It's like
This too shall pass.
it's annoying. I do want to shout out Jeff's last comment. The tournament gave players. Oh, sorry, it's really far away. The tournament gave players to get pressure experience. I mean, look at how Giannis and Dame grew through it. They found out how to use the weapons around them. Most superstars are averaging 7 assists. He also said, while we were talking about NBA, I got myself NBA at 23 NBA Hoops City Edition Giannis card number to 20. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I think it's a sports card thing. But shout out to you. Like that sounds nice. I don't know.
I believe the number is like the
I mean, if it's
correct me if
25.
I'm wrong, Jeff. It's kind of like you send it in, you get authenticated, and then the higher the number or the lower the number, the higher the value is, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's up, though. I'm correct me if I'm wrong.
No, like I have a friend that's really into. He sometimes comments in here, Dustin, but like he's really into sports card collecting with his son. So I know that's a really it's cool. Like I remember I tried collecting sports cards once in elementary school. I had this big ass like plexiglass cylinder thing with like a little ball on top.
Mhm.
I took it to school for show and tell, and that shit did not come home with me.
Damn.
So like I put it in my little cubby. And she walked
Somebody
off.
saw that. Was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was
Damn,
like,
this look
yeet.
nice.
Yeet.
And in retrospect, like I went to school on 21st and Hadley. Like, yeah,
See,
kind of makes sense. I also lost
swiper though, swiper.
like you remember the satin starter jacket? I think it was starter, but like the satin NBA jackets. I had a Charlotte Hornets one. That shit.
Hey, that mug was so cold. The Charlotte Hornet joints, I remember those. Those was fire. That's when I had the pockets.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a slip. Hell yeah.
No, like not the pullovers.
Oh, okay. I was
the
thinking.
actual jacket.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of pullover. Okay.
Them were cold too.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody had either Charlotte Hornets or Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the Bulls ones. Like
I think I had a bullet.
I had a Hornets one for sure. Yeah. That mug was so clean.
Jeff said it is a card. I was going to post it on Twitter. It's a card that only 25 of them are made. So it's really hard to get. I've only seen 2 online for sale. Nice.
Oh, that's dope. That's come on.
Hold on to them up. Even a couple more years. You might have $100,000 card on your hands.
Oh, that's dope.
Gotta keep that thing on you.
I'm sorry. Real quick, y'all see the dude that parlayed his $5 to $4.93? I was kind of tracking it with him yesterday, but he did like one of them CMC, and so they started kind of like talking about it when the last 2 was DeAndre Swift and McCaffrey. So watching the Philly game, Swift's first touchdown was called back. And I was like, oh, I know he's sick. I know he's sick. He's probably saying like, what the? And he didn't score again. So I think the third or fourth quarter. And that was like in the first quarter. So I know he was sitting there like, bruh. But he had posted on the way to his company's holiday Christmas party. Like, yeah, this is crazy. I ain't never been nothing like that. But I'm finna go watch the game. I don't know if I'm waiting on 2 players. Swift hit that touchdown. You damn near. McCaffrey had the record for the most touchdowns in a row. You damn near feel like that's a gimme.
Mhm.
Wait, sorry. He $5 in the how much?
He bet $5 and it turned into $493,000.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Like,
Christ.
he's on 493. I'm like,
1,000.
493,000. So everybody was kind of
$5
tuning in once Swift touched. Like right before it came back, right before the Philly game, I was like, "That's interesting." And then when he called back, I was like, "Damn!" It's always like that. That one motherfucker. It's always that one. Fucking Beasley did that to me the other day. He needed 4 rebounds, ended with 3. I was like, "Bro, come on, dog." But anyways, CMC ended up scoring. So I'm like $5 to not 490. It's one of those just. He said I did a bunch of these. I've done a bunch of these before. I was like, that sounds like everybody else. Like, let me just put in this what the fuck?
five.
Throw it out there, see what
Yeah.
happens. And it was one of those. He actually hit her. I was like, I couldn't imagine being out in public knowing
Dog,
they
I
got
would've
phone
been
and
acting
they
like
pay you on the spot.
Especially at a work function, like
On the
ain't
spot,
no way.
it's in your phone right there.
Yeah.
Phone 93.
I would have flipped some tables. Fuck this job.
This is a company holiday party. You love your job, bro.
Wait, did he hit?
He hit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He hit.
Oh, I would have quit.
I'm on vacation.
493.
Y'all.
You standing there, everybody know too, because it's all over social media. It's all on broadcast. They talking
All
about
I
it
gotta
mid-game.
say is, Lord, it's me again. I see what you doing for others.
And I was even looking at the people he parlayed. I was like, these all make
I got
sense.
$5. I can make it work.
They make sense, but they just don't do it.
That's nuts, man. And people will say how, like, just think of the high he had off of that though.
That was
like
Merry Christmas.
They showed the video like him.
Uh-huh.
Like, when he actually made the touchdown, dog, you can tell he was
He was just stuck.
Yeah, I
He
was
just
going
looking
crazy,
dog,
like,
I
yo.
got 500
What?
in the bank now.
Dog,
It
that's
cashes immediately. Ain't no wait 3, 4, 5 days. Pay your taxes. Here's $493,000.
That's crazy,
Tax gonna
dog.
whack him, but
Still, though.
Right.
$5? What you mean?
I think he was
That's
walking home with like,
that's the
he was
hugest
walking home
come
with
up.
300,000 plus still. Like 300K plus after paying taxes.
I don't have. I couldn't find the
That's
original.
crazy.
But somebody
dog.
had a Brock Purdy MVP ticket,
Mm.
and they sold it. I think for like if they kept it, like they could have won up to like 400,000, and they sold it for 200,000 to somebody else.
Oh,
Damn.
they got extra too.
Like before this last game, I'm like, yeah, you cashed out to him right.
Yeah.
And then last thing before we move on, like when you read off your little thing, like that reminded me of your ode to Usain Bolt.
Nah, we said zip,
Zip,
zap.
That was my guy, man.
Oh,
That was my
dog.
guy.
So that's
That
why I
was
started
funny.
laughing first.
Zip, zam. Wow, that's funny. That's funny. No, I had one to LaMelo. No, not LaMelo. Lonzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
For the love of Lonzo.
For the
Yeah,
love of
it was
Lonzo.
That was funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, we wild with early
Oh,
technique.
Yeah, dog.
Fun
The
times,
creativity
man.
was just flowing. Said, fuck it, throw it out here.
Let's see. Jeff said, I'm getting it graded, so it'll be worth more when I get paid for it. And he also said, those jackets, I had a Raptors one.
Oh, yeah, the Raptors
It
one
had
was
the
called,
dinosaur
too.
on it. I
Yeah.
love Vince Carter back in the day.
Dude, getting it graded though, that's the scariest thing to me. You have to mail your card off to somebody else who gonna tell you how much your card is worth, and they gonna mail it back to you. You gotta trust that you know
Oh,
that
that
this
they
card
give
is
you-
worth so
yeah.
much money gonna come back.
They can easily put a
That'd be the scary
switcheroo on you.
part.
You be sick. Like, oh,
They don't come back. You like, bro.
this man done bamboozled me,
They
fam.
see you on the auction. You like, hold up.
I'd have been hoodwinked.
That's my card.
I just had to mail off my passport for it renewed. So like, it's a different level, but like
Yeah,
it's the same thing where it's like,
I got-
hey, motherfucker, we're come back.
I got a passport. I had a passport. I had the military passport. I don't know how that actually kind of worked with trying to parlay that into like normal. I don't know. That's why I'm like, I had one. I was gone. I was in England and shit. Overseas.
I wouldn't know nothing about. I wouldn't fight for this guy.
Anyway,
Moving right along, wrestling.
Hey,
wait.
Umar was gonna come out of it. I was gonna get
why
one fish, two.
would you go into
fish.
control when you know you in control and he's in control? You ain't never been in control.
Nah, asking that man if he was bunny hopping was
Oh.
crazy. Are you mixed? No. Oh, but you be bunny hopping.
Oh man, hilarious though.
Sorry, one last thing on NBA. The Detroit Pistons have tied the NBA record for the most losses in a row at 26. So,
Jesus.
Do they want to win?
Who was that? Who had it before?
I
record.
want to say it's the Sixers.
Six. Okay.
It was the Sixers. It was the trust the process Sixers.
No.
Is Monty even trying? He just there at this point. Monty, what he
That
was
man,
like, I'm getting paid.
I was gonna say,
I'm
direct
getting paid
deposit hit
regardless.
either way. So.
He was like, man, y'all do what y'all want.
That's crazy, bro.
But
like-
they basically they threw the money at him for him to take the job because then nobody wants the job.
Is it the talent?
I think that the problem is that they have, outside of Bogdanovich, like they pretty much have zero shooting, or at least zero shooting that actually plays. So
Mhm.
like with bad teams, like sometimes you can luck into a good shooting game where like shooting variance is in your favor, where you hit 15 threes or something like that,
Right.
and the other team misses pretty much all their threes. Bucks and Knicks or shit. Bucks and Knicks yesterday. But like they have such bad shooting that they can't even luck into that. On the top of not having that much talent, on top of being young as hell, on top of injuries, because like now Jalen Duren's out. I think Isaiah Stewart's been in and out. Like it's just a poorly constructed team, and I think I've said this like the last couple of times that they've traded for people. It's like that guy Troy Weaver is the general manager of them, and he came from Oklahoma City, and like you could always tell like who the Troy Weaver draft picks were in OKC because he has a type. He likes long, athletic dudes with high pedigrees. Nothing else really matters. So like you see him going out and trading for James Wiseman. You see him trading for Marvin Bagley because like, oh, they were top 3 picks. They're outstanding athletes. They're big. They're long.
They should be able to mold into
like
something.
I think that we can kind of it's like they can't play basketball is a problem. Or like drafting the Thompson kid the year after drafting Jaden Ivey the year after drafting K, where it's like all those dudes are kind of like operate in the same area where they need the ball, so like they can't really play off of each other. It's like I think that if each one of them were in different spots, like they would look a lot better. So like it's poorly constructed team. Also, I don't know how invested Monty is. Like he seems to kind of be doing his hard ass thing that he did with Aiden and the young kids in Phoenix, but it's not having the same effect. And like really, I don't know how effective it really was in Phoenix because like it took Chris Paul to really put that thing together. Or like you have somebody like Booker, which they no offense to A, but they don't have that on that team. So I don't know. Like I think that they'll get it turned around eventually. I don't know if this front office regime is going to be the one to do it. But I still think Monty is at least a good coach. But I don't know if this is the situation for him. And I think that he knew that, which is why he didn't want to take the job in the first place.
But he was like, since y'all throwing that, I'm here.
Plus, like if he get fired, they still got to pay him. So,
So like, it ain't on me.
Shell said Monty just there so he don't get fired. Maybe. And then Jeff said Thompson kid is good. They need to trade some people for ball handling and outside shooting. Yeah. All right, wrestling time. Which Shells is apparently excited about.
Oh yeah.
What you got for some wrestling?
It's the end of the year. 2023 is coming to an end. I think it's the first time we actually acknowledge that on this episode.
Happy New Year. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
It's a wrap. So I figured that for wrestling, just give me your top 3 moments that you can remember or your favorites from this year.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll kick us off. At number 3, it was a real hard decision at number 3 because I got 2 honorable mentions. But number 3, I'll take Kevin Owens and Sami's. Actually, no. Yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn winning the tag team titles. Finally, the culmination of that story in itself was crazy. Number 2, I got the Usos. If he's out, and I'm out too. That was when everybody was kind of like, "Oh shit, we are okay." This is the Twins is out. All right, Roman really going down. And my number 1 though was just Bad Bunny at Backlash. The entrance, the match, like Bad Bunny at Backlash was wild. And Chambea became the song of the summer.
That be
on my end, like I played that shit a lot after that.
Hard.
And I was in Miami, like right after too. I was, bruh, it was the shit.
Like I haven't fully jumped in, but I've like dipped my toe into some Bunny. Pause.
Talk about Bunny, Jesus Christ, sir.
No, but like I've dabbled in Bad Bunny's discography, and I'm like, this brother don't miss. Like,
he definitely
every
got
time
some
I
heat,
just
fam.
put on like a random song, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but like
he like Drake though, like real talk.
Yeah,
like he Drake status for real.
I mean, he was the number 1 artist in the world, literally for
sure.
a reason. Like I know everybody don't know him, but he was number 1 in the world, Craig, not the city.
Because everything I go through, Apple, it'll just have like the songs you used to listen to, and like going through it's like, fam, like everything, like, dog, this fire, this fire. You be like, dog, this nigga don't miss.
Not to it
Right.
too.
Yeah, he's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what he's
fam.
saying, but like it's a vibe every time. So
That's how Daddy Yankee was too when he first came up.
is he the one that like found Christ?
Yeah, a pastor or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them reggaeton dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna do I was gonna do interests. So like for me, it was Bunny at Backlash, Jey Uso at SummerSlam.
Oh, that was dope when he had the crowd. Yeah.
And
had the crowd lit.
3, I think, would be Sammy in Quebec.
Oh yeah, it was okay.
Like just the way that the roof blew off.
Yeah.
Honorable mention is not an entrant, so it's not part of my actual list, but Roman winning that Mania was a top moment for me.
And still,
you can't keep getting away with this shit, fam. I was so pissed, dog.
Like I was shocked, and pleasantly surprised.
It's all just how it happened, fam. I was just like, dog, this nigga, dog, you can't beat nobody head up, fam. That pisses me off, bro. If he would have beat my boy head up, I wouldn't have cared. I'm like, we cool. Had to cheat to beat my boy.
Speaking of your boy, he was one of my honorable mentions.
For
Brock
which
Lesnar
one?
chasing his ass 6 months.
Dog, he was getting his ass whooped, dog.
Bro, you ain't beat Roman, and now you got to program with Brock for the next 3 months.
Dog,
dog.
this man got suplexed one match like 30 times.
He was in his 90 days still. It's your probationary period. Brock
Lesnar treated him like Cody was black, bro. You know how Brock with the black champions, bro. He thought Cody was black.
Yeah, but his turn on him was like,
he was like, your kids have black hair. Yeah, F5. Well, that's Suplex City. Your wife's black. Suplex City.
that had me rolling. Damn.
Before you go, I do want to shout out Jeff's top 3. So he has Sari winning the Wave Championship after being released by WWE. Wait. Who's
that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know that. Sorry. Julia defending the NJPW Strong Women's title in TNA, and the crowd loving her. And then Mercedes Moné tribute to the late great Hana Kimura. So
I remember the last one. I believe.
Okay, and he said that's a rematch. It's my match of the year. Just the epic match, hard hitting, and just some brutal strikes. Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. It seems like that's all women's wrestling because I know Julia is a woman. It says it. So yeah. And also I know she's being looked at by WWE. So this Japanese girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. The Japanese girl.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now. Okay. That's her name? All right.
Oh, yeah. She didn't want to look like Kyrie Sane.
Yeah. Speaking of,
what's your top 3?
I'll speak So one of mine was definitely Cody and Jay winning the tag champions. I did not know. I didn't know that was one of the ones like, damn, I didn't know we needed this, fam. Yeah. Like when it first happened, I was like, why? But then afterwards, he was like, oh, this is what we needed. Then them being drunk, the drunk press conference, like dog, he was so sauced.
They was gone.
I guess Cody just did an interview recently. He was like, that was one of his. He said that was one of the highlights of his entire career, and he was like, he's known for always being professional. So he said that was the first time in his career that he was like actually comfortable and laid back during the interview.
It's the first time I've ever incriminated myself on a podcast.
Oh,
that's like me when I was in Amsterdam. And I
dog,
that
hilarious, bro. That was hilarious. Yes, welcome.
just chilling here. Okay.
So Cody and Jay winning the tag championships. Then also the press conference afterwards was hilarious. Sami Zayn turning on the bloodline. Mm-hmm. That's one of mine too, because how they built everything up. You kind of didn't know like how it was going to happen. You kind of figured it was, but how they like put it all together was pretty dope. I really enjoy it. Almost anything the Bloodline has done.
That was one of the biggest,
it's been amazing,
wow moments of the year. I think probably like a lot of people feel.
Yeah, I know y'all don't watch AEW, but somebody who was talking about entrances, Swerve.
Yeah, boy,
dog.
That
fam, they be lit, bro. I gotta find a video and send it to you, dog. That man.
You see when he was at the Jaguar Stadium?
Yeah.
I was
Like,
like, oh, that
his
was easy
entrance
money.
dope. Oh yeah, that was easy.
So his
money.
daddy owns the Jaguars. I'm like, hey, can we borrow the stadium real quick?
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can boost the superstar? Sure.
Exactly. We out here.
I like, but Swerve, yeah, that's gonna be my kickball interest music next year.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's it. That's my 3.
So WWE.com, I think, just put out like a bracket for match of the year, and like as we're going through all our moments, I'm like, nobody really picked a match, which I mean, like it's WWE, so like that's not at the forefront of what they do. But like, is there any match that really stood out to you? Like, I mean, like the ending of Reigns and Rose, like sure, but like the match itself was.
Yeah, the match itself,
right.
It was a basic match,
I feel like
slow
him and
pace.
McIntyre's match was.
So who?
Him and Drew McIntyre match was really good.
Roman.
Yeah, at the Clash of the Castle.
That was last year.
Was that last year? Yeah.
I feel like
I think it was
probably
a women's match. For me, I can't think of it.
I was gonna say for me, it's probably something that Gunther did. Like I feel like his matches always are bangers.
Yeah, he always put it. And you can tell when he's ready to end it.
Was that him and
Because he
McIntyre
do
this
3
year?
moves in a row and it's over.
They fought at Mania, I think, but like the Gable match, some of the matches with Miz were like bangers.
Yeah, that
I can't wait
Miz,
for
that
Drag-
Miz and Gunther.
I can't wait for Dragunov to hit the main roster because like I gotta see Dragunov and Gunther running back one more time. Jeff says Swerve versus Hangman.
That was so brutal, man.
Yeah, that was his
polarizing
that's his
on this
picture.
show.
That was a ECW match.
That was but I said that's his
think with
picture.
better
That's his
storytelling.
the man
storytelling's way better.
I feel like that's
For
his
Swerve.
Yeah, for Swerve, that was his moment.
that was
sitting there
his-
bleeding in the middle of the floor and everything, but with the wind, when his music.
He had a
playing
good
and-
year though.
Yeah, he
That was
did.
a really
I
good
feel like
year.
that was his moment where
Yeah.
everybody was like, "No, this is okay to the moon with him."
Yeah, he had a really good year.
Yeah, I mean, like I think MJF is
He's that dude.
reportedly hurt, so like
Oh,
I
he
think
is hurt?
he's gonna drop.
His
it
contract
soon.
is
I
he
think
hasn't renewed yet.
I'm assuming he's resigned.
Yeah.
I think that's just storyline.
I think so too. I think yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I would love seeing him in WWE though.
He was there first.
Who?
MJF.
They said he was in development, right?
He was up for a hot. He was in NXT, but then they let him go, and then he went over to AEW and blew up actually rather quickly.
He a beast on the mic.
He was
His
in
in ring
too.
is good too though.
But yeah, it should be interesting.
Kenny Omega come over would be good.
Oh, he said Swerve's music is really good too.
Oh yeah, we were just
Also,
talking about that. His entrance is dope.
Also, the clip of a song that he recently put out where he has some questionable lyrics.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I was like, oh
talk about bunny hopping. Like,
Yeah,
you can't say that
exactly.
when you do that, like,
You do
it hit a little different. But that is our show for this week. Again, send your best wishes to Camille as she's feeling under the weather.
absolutely feel better, sis.
For sure. I forget every time how she ends the show, so I'm just gonna say follow me on Twitter.
She usually ends with a little nugget.
She does, but I'm not that introspective.
She's
So
like a nugget guy.
I'm gonna just say wash your ass.
Please.
Let me leave you a little nugget.
Oh wait, I got one. It is the end of the year,
Mhm.
which means New Year's festivities. Please be safe.
Yes,
Absolutely.
for sure.
If you can be in the house or be wherever you go be at for the night, please be in before the clock strikes midnight.
Don't drink and drive.
Please don't. It's too many options. Please don't drink and drive.
call somebody before you. Like,
Exactly.
hey, look, I'm going out tonight. Have like
It's Uber.
a companion buddy. Like, hey, I'm gonna make it. I'm going to the crib. I made it out. I made it back home. Like, just let
Yeah.
somebody know where you at.
Exactly. Take care of each other, man.
Oh yes, sorry, Jeff. Yes, Royal Rumble contest. I will be. You know what? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like basically, you just shamed me into. I'm gonna make a post this week about it, where you'll be able to enter with instructions on the Royal Rumble pool. Again, the Royal Rumble pool means that if you enter, we'll assign you a number. If the wrestler that comes out in either one of the Royal Rumble matches, if that player, I'm sorry, we assign you a number.
Right.
Every wrestler has a number when they come out for the Royal Rumble match.
Mhm.
If the wrestler that comes out at your number wins the match,
Yep.
you win the Royal Rumble pool.
Bam.
Again, we sent you a swag package.
Swag
from us.
package.
It's fun. Like I said, it kind of gives you a rooting interest in the Royal Rumble
Yeah, you win
without
something.
really having to put any effort or thought into it. It's kind of assigned at random.
Mm-hmm.
you do get your number way before. Well, not way before, but before the match, so it's not no shenanigans.
Right.
No shenanigans.
Pass out numbers mid-match. Oh, by the way, here you go. You take number 2.
So, they'll look on our socials this week for information about joining the Royal Rumble pool. So thank you, Jeff. Kane Boogs.
Hey.
Shell said all facts. Uber, Lyft. You can even get towed home. Too many options to not drink and drive.
Yeah.
I also think like the bus, or at least historically, the bus has been free on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of options, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Just be safe, man.
And like I said it earlier, but the year's over. We're winding down. There's probably been a lot of folks that had a rough year.
Yeah.
Just be mindful of those who have had. Be blessed and thankful of what you have, and always just try to strive to get more, be more, do more, or be better than what you currently serve. You know, it's just one of those things. Like I would say, rolling into the new year, every year we always try to say, "Hey, next year's my year. Do what you can to make it your year."
Absolutely.
At Bucksburner on Twitter.
That's
all you get. Don't follow me on Instagram.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. KHarris216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka As Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Happy New Year, Mother Scrunchies. Love y'all. I know y'all love me too. I'll see y'all, or y'all hear me next week. Yeah. Do I give them something on the way up and down? It's the end of the year.
Do I give them a farewell?
Oh, go ahead. I hear.
I was just gonna do that.
Everybody in the 313. A 414, just follow me. Okay, we on this track again.
Kids
I'm about to spit and win. You about to try to slow me down, but you cannot do it, kid. I'm on my shit again, and you know I'm about to win. No else come in this way, you know. Damn. I tried. I tried.
Man. No L's coming this way. That shit you up. Brain.
Well, happy New Year's, motherfuckers.
Happy New Year.